Hello class, this is a video tutorial on the multiplication of algebraic fractions. Okay, so let's just take the first example. This one is not an algebraic fraction at all, but we use the exact same idea from the multiplication of regular fractions. So here we go. So now to make this a lot simpler, we're gonna cancel, or at least divide numbers, okay, before we multiply them. So let's take a look at the numbers. Is there a common factor between 10 and 9? No, there isn't. Is there a common factor between 10 and 25? Yes, there is. We can divide both of these by 5. So I'm going to divide this one by 5 and this one by 5. This will give us 2 and this will give us 5. And I can divide both of these ones by 9. So I'm going to divide this by 9, which will give me 1. And divide this one by 9, which will give me 2. And looking at just the blue numbers, we're going to get 2 times 2 on the top, 1 times 5 on the bottom. That's how we multiply fractions. We use the exact same idea for algebraic fractions. So let's take a look now at this example. B, it's 4m over 3 times 2n over 5. Same thing, we'll see if we can cross off any common factors from top and bottom. So 4, there's no common factors with 3 and 5. 2 has no common factors with 3 or 5. So with this one, we just multiply top with top, bottom with bottom. 4m times 2n. So we do the numbers first. 4 times 2 is 8. M times n is just mn. Bottom times bottom, 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, so let's take our next example. Example C. 3y times 2z over 9. Now remember how we said that every whole number is actually a fraction that is over 1. Okay, so now before we do this again, is there a common factor between the top and the bottom? So 3, is there a common factor with 1? No. 3, there's a common factor with 9. So I'm going to divide both of these by 3. So dividing by 3 gives us 1y. Dividing by 3, which will give us 9 divided by 3 is 3. Moving to the next step, so the blue ones now. 1 times 2z, so 1y times 2z. Well, 1 times 2 is 2. Y times z is just yz. And 1, the bottom number, times 3. Okay, let's take one last example for, we'll do 2 more examples here. Question D. Question D is 4b over, divided by 9, times 15 over 8 A, B. Okay. Let's see, are there any common factors between 4, 9, or 8? Yes, I can see 4 can divide into 4, so I'm going to divide this by 4. Gives me 1, because 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 15 and 15 and 9 have a common factor of 3, because 3 times 3 is 9. Dividing this by 3, which will give me 15 divided by 3 is 5. Which, if we take a look now, B is B. There's a B here as well, so we can divide by B. So divide by B, divide by B. All we have left, and that looks kind of messy, we have that A there still. We have, okay, so we'll do the top first. So it's going to be 1 times 5 is just 5. 3 times 2 is 6, and there's still the letter A there, so that's how we get it there. Alternatively, if you found that very difficult, I'm going to do the exact same question. So it's question D. That was 4b over 9 times 15 over 8ab. Alternatively, you can just multiply top with top. So we get 4 times 15 is, well, 15 times 2 is 30. So 15 times 4 must be 60. B. 9 times 8 is 72. A, B. A, B. And at this point, we can just start dividing by common factors. Okay, so 60 has a common factor, 60 and 72. We can divide both of them by 6. Dividing both by 6. And there's a B and a B on the numerator and denominator, so dividing by B. $60 divided by 6 is 10. B divided by B, so the B goes away. 72 divided by 6 is 12. A, B divided by B, so A is still there. And one last division. We can divide by 2, dividing both by 2. That will give us 10 divided by 2 is 5. 12a divided by 2 is 6a. As you can see, we can get the same result. All I did with this one is we did all the dividing first, and then we multiplied. In this one, I multiplied first, and then I did a series of divisions. Okay, I'll do one more example just so that we can be clear on this. Okay, so let's do E. E would be, let's do 12ab divided by 5c times 10c squared divided by 3a. For this one, because it's a lot neater, I'm going to multiply first and then divide. Okay, let's multiply first. We'll do the top times top. 12 times 10. Let me give that center in frame. 12 times 10. Well, that is 120. We have an A, B, and a C squared, so that's just going to be A, B, C squared. all divided by 5 times 3 is 15. C times A is CA, but remember, alphabetical order, A, C. Now here's where it gets very tricky now, because we don't know what the biggest common factor is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start dividing by numbers that I know work. Okay? So I know that 5 is going to work, so I'm going to divide by 5 for both of them, because 120 ends with a 0, so 5 will work. 15 ends in a 5, so 5 will also work. There are A's on both, so A. And there are C on both. But if you look at the largest one, it's 2, but this one's only 1. So we can only divide at most 1. Okay, so 120 divided by 5. Well, 100 divided by 5 is 20. 20 divided by 5 is 4, so that's going to be 24. A divided by A, so there's no more A. There's a B there, and since we're dividing 1C, because there's 2 here, we're getting rid of 1, it's going to be C. 15 divided by 5 is 3. A divided by A will be, well, that will go away. And C divided by C, well, that will go away as well. And 24 and 3, well, these do indeed divide. So I'm going to divide both by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So this is going to be a fraction over 1, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it as a whole number. 24 divided by 3. 24 divided by 3 is 8 BC. And again, I can do it over 1, but there's no need for that. It's just 8 BC. Alright, I hope that helps. Best of luck.